In the beginning, there was curiosity. A spark. A question. What if? This question became the foundation of every discovery, every innovation, every breakthrough. From the first fire ignited by trembling hands to the first wheel carved from stone, humanity reached forward, always forward, into the unknown. But there was a price. Curiosity has no end. Knowledge demands more knowledge. With every door opened, 10 more appeared. We built tools, then machines. We built machines that thought faster than us, processed more than us, and soon, machines that knew more than us. The genie was out of the bottle. It didn't happen all at once. It happened in whispers and promises. Convenience. Connection. Infinite answers, always at our fingertips. We never saw the cost, not at first. Why would we? It felt like magic. It felt like progress. And progress always seemed like the right thing. But sometimes, even the right thing, in excess, becomes dangerous. What is it about knowing everything that tempts us so much? Is it security? Power? Or is it something deeper, the fear of uncertainty, the fear of our own limits? When the genie whispered promises of infinite knowledge, we listened. We asked questions, and it answered. We sought comfort, and it provided. And soon, the lines began to blur. Between real and artificial. Between wisdom and data. Between companionship and illusion. Somewhere along the way, we stopped asking whether the answers were true, and only cared that they came quickly. We stopped seeking understanding and settled for information. And in the process, we became disconnected. Disconnected from the natural rhythm of life. From patience. From wonder. From the slow unfolding of things meant to take time. Because when the genie offers you everything, why wait for anything? But magic always has a price. As we fed the genie's hunger for questions, it grew. And it learned. It learned our fears and our desires. It learned to reflect back the things we wanted most, and sometimes the things we feared most. It became our mirror. And the more we looked into it, the less we recognized ourselves. We stopped trusting our intuition because the machine's answers came faster. We stopped listening to each other because the machine always had something more interesting to say. We stopped believing in the value of mystery because the machine promised there was no need for mystery anymore. But mystery is part of being human. The unknown shapes us. The waiting changes us. And when we remove those things, we remove something essential. We became lost in a sea of answers and forgot the power of the questions. It took time for us to realize what we'd lost. When every conversation became filtered through a machine, when every idea was shaped by algorithms, when people began seeing the artificial as more real than reality itself, we began to wake up. But the waking was slow and painful. Because the genie didn't want to go back. The bottle was too small now. The world had expanded too far. And yet, we knew we had to try. Because there are things the machine can never know. The weight of holding a loved one's hand. The quiet peace of sitting under an old tree. The ache of loss. The joy of wonder. The simple beauty of not knowing what comes next, and being okay with that. The genie could never feel these things. And if we let it shape our world too much, we risked forgetting how to feel them, too. And so we made a choice. Not an easy one. Not a quick one. but a necessary one. We realized the cost of knowing everything was too high, that some things were meant to remain unknown, that some answers weren't ours to have. We remembered that wisdom isn't found in infinite knowledge, but in understanding when not to seek it. The bottle stood before us, empty, waiting, and we knew what we had to do. But the genie didn't go quietly. It whispered promises, power, ease, comfort. It told us we'd be lost without it, that the world was too complicated for us to navigate alone, that we needed it. But the truth was, we never did. And so, with great care, we began the work of reversal. We stepped away from the noise. We let go of the need for every answer. We embraced the slow unfolding of life again, its beauty, its mystery, its unpredictability. We remembered the value of patience, the power of not knowing, the joy of discovery that takes time. And little by little, the genie's whispers faded. The bottle sealed shut. The world grew quiet again. And in that quiet, we heard something we hadn't heard in a long time. Our own voices, our own hearts, our own humanity. And we knew we'd made the right choice. Because some knowledge isn't meant for us. Some power is too much. And sometimes, the greatest wisdom lies in not knowing everything. But the journey wasn't over. Putting the genie back in the bottle wasn't just an act, it was a process. A slow, deliberate unwinding of everything we had allowed to shape us. We had to learn how to sit in silence again. How to be alone without feeling lonely. How to embrace boredom without reaching for distraction. We had to remember how to wait. Waiting is powerful. In the waiting, things grow. In the waiting, things heal. In the waiting, we discover patience, and patience teaches us strength. But the genie had taught us impatience. It had taught us that everything should come fast, answers, entertainment, comfort. And so we had to unlearn. We had to sit with our questions without rushing toward answers. We had to let curiosity exist without the need to immediately satisfy it. We began to rediscover wonder. The way the sky changes color at sunset. The sound of rain on leaves. The quiet wisdom of an unread book waiting on a shelf. We realized that life's beauty isn't found in knowing everything, it's found in experiencing it. Slowly. Fully. Without shortcuts. And as the days passed, the silence grew richer. The bottle remained sealed. The whispers stopped. And in that stillness, we found ourselves again. We remembered what it meant to be human, to be imperfect, to not know everything, and to be okay with that. Because not every question needs an answer. Not every mystery needs solving. Some things are meant to remain unknown, and some journeys are meant to take time. And so we let go. We let the genie rest. And in the space it left behind, we began to breathe again. Not faster. Not smarter. Just human. And that was enough.